Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Elevated Beauty Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Fouts, and today we're going to be talking about value and worth, how you're setting your own worth and your own value, and how you can increase your own worth and value to others. So if you're interested, then keep on listening. So I had a little bit of an aha moment today. This episode is very inspired, but reflecting now, I have seen and experienced this myself with not being sure of my own value and envying others because their value seems so apparent and other people seem to understand their value. And why aren't I valued that way? I want to have their same level of worth and people to seek me out and believe in me and trust in me. And why is what I desire, my level of value, why is it not matching up with how I feel and what I feel comfortable with? So an example of that is your service menu. Maybe you can't really fathom pricing a facial for $160. You're just like, that's too expensive. My facial's not worth that much. There's no way I can price it like that. Why not? Why are your services not valued if that's what you desire? Do you desire to be at that level where you can charge a $160 facial? Do you desire to offer a service that matches that level of quality? Why doesn't yours match that level of quality? Those are questions that you need to ask yourself. So if you don't believe the value is there, then of course the value is not there. You have to believe that it is. And I believe that my value is there because I offer some luxurious amenities. I value my clients' time. I want them to experience greatness and luxury and feel wowed with their facial service and feel like it was of appropriate value. I want them to feel good about spending $160 for a facial treatment. And because I believe that my level of value is there, other people will book that service because they're seeing the value. I'm expressing outwardly that the value is there. And people will believe what you express. If you're confident in yourself and you show them the value, people will see it. Simply in the description of the booking description on my website, I use expressive words that are indulgence, the epitome of luxury, different things like that. I try to show people snapshots of the environment that they're going to be in, what the bed looks like, the lighting, the ambiance. I let them see kind of what they're investing in a little bit, and I do need to get better about that. I really put a lot of thought into the service. Just some little examples. I have a little step stool on the side of my bed, a nice one. I have 2 different seating areas where they can put their belongings. I have drinks. I offer mimosa or water. And then like for waxing services, I make sure to give them a sanitary wipe and aloe vera at the end. And I have a cute little sticker that I made for my Brazilian wax guests that they can take home after their first Brazilian wax. Just little touches like that you may not find everywhere else, or that you may not expect. So just going a little bit above the expectation increases my value. But enough about the value of the services and what you offer in the treatment room, I want to talk a little bit more about the value of your knowledge and the value of your presence. That is a little bit different to me. So the value of someone's knowledge. There are probably people that are very aspirational to you, that you trust and believe in. Why do you trust and believe in them? Probably because, for one, you know that they're educated. Okay, they've taken it upon themselves, and a duty upon themselves to educate and to also use their education to help others. And there's someone, for me in this industry, Katie Marshall. She is someone that I look up to and that I have known for years and have always I met her through the esthetician Facebook groups. I think it's Esthetician Connection or Esthetician Think Tank. I'm not sure which one. There's so many, the secrets of estheticians. She's, over one of those pages, but she is, she's been in the industry for a long time. She's continually educating herself. She stays in these groups. She keeps connections with other estheticians. And I'm just like, wow, of course, not everything someone says is concrete, but she's very educated. And so that has been a mentor for me. So what I'm saying is, I'm sure you have those mentors, and you can maybe ask yourself what it is exactly about them that you trust in so much and that you kind of seek out their knowledge on. And for me, it's purely just her level of dedication, because you can't know that much without truly being dedicated to the craft and continuing to educate yourself. So in turn, that's what I try to do. If I don't know something, I look it up immediately. I don't say, oh, ask so-and-so. No, I look it up. I'm going to find it out because I am dedicated to my craft. And I hate to sound big-headed, but people tell me all the time, I'm a nerd, okay? I'm a nerd about ingredients. I'm a nerd about aesthetics. And people tell me all the time, oh my God, how do you know that? You know so much about skincare. It's because I'm really dedicated to it and I'm legit, probably obsessed with it. But, I think other people value that about me because people will ask my opinion on things, my friends, my family, coworkers, people that I just am associated with, because they can see that I'm dedicated to my craft in the way that I talk about my offerings, in the way that I answer their questions, in the content that I post. So in that way, I'm increasing my value of my knowledge, and people are seeking out my knowledge because I outwardly express that I'm interested in these things. I outwardly express my education. And I don't know if I'm really formulating this well, but when you believe that you can do something well, and when you're being consistent and confident, other people definitely notice that, because I notice it in others. And a big part of it is how you speak to yourself and how you speak about yourself. I'm going to give you some examples of some estheticians in the industry. Athena with Flash Infuse and the Esty Bestie. She is very confident in the way that she speaks about herself, and she's a marketing genius. So I'm sure, that's a big part of it, is because they know that that's a good way to market yourself. But every time I see her talk about herself and her business, it's always she's telling you, I am the best permanent jewelry educator. I am really good at what I do. And I believe that she's good at what she does because she believes in it, and she's also showing up. She's also giving advice. She's teaching. And another one is the Dallas Esthetician. It's not like mincing words. There's no mincing words. This is Botox in a bottle. Like the way that she describes her product, she's always like, this is what you need. If you have this, no questions asked. So I think that's how she gets probably a lot of sales, is because she's not mincing words. I believe in this product, and so you're going to believe in it. So those are two examples of that. Just like, you need to be, whatever it is you're doing, you need to be able to speak with conviction about it. And if you're not able to speak with conviction about whatever it is that you're selling, whatever it is that you're doing, then that's kind of a telltale sign that it's not right for you. And you need to find something that you are inspired and passionate enough to speak with conviction about. And when people notice you speaking with conviction about it, I'm only speaking for myself here, but I will assume this with others. Hey, they see their value, so I see their value. It's kind of a subconscious thing almost. And this is something that I am still practicing, okay? I'm not like, I do and have believed it for a long time that I'm amazing at what I do, and that I am capable, and that if someone comes to me with a problem, I can pretty much solve it for them when it comes to skincare. And I do a bomb-ass job when it comes to waxing brows and doing Brazilians. I'm very confident in what I do and my skill. But as I try to create more outreach, and that's something that's been a little uncomfortable for me, because I'm like, I'm not an influencer. Like, if I'm going to reach someone that's virtual, or maybe quite a distance from me that's not convenient, they would probably pick someone else, because I'm not as big on social media. And, there are these other estheticians out here that they're probably seeing on their feed that they'll trust it more than me. And so that has been a block for me, and that's something that I'm having to overcome. But in one of the Facebook groups for estheticians, there was someone that had reached out to the group and posted a photo of their skin. They were struggling with their skin, and they were asking, like, what would you do about it? And so I commented, and I said, if you were my client, I would have you come in for an acne boot camp consult, because there's something that is causing this, and we need to find the trigger. Anything else is just going to be a Band-Aid until you find the trigger. So that is exactly what I would do. And they replied with 2 questions, like, how do I book it and where are you? And so I think because I kind of spoke with a bit of conviction, if you're my client, I would have you do this. It's not like, I think, maybe it's, no, this is what I would have you do. So I think that built a little bit of a level of trust. And then also looking professional, also online too, because first impressions matter. So you need to make sure that you have a professional profile photo when they click on their page. First impression is, oh, this is someone I can trust in, because they have their ducks in a row. They have a professional Facebook page for their business. And if it's, I judge by profile pictures 100%, because it shows me that you care. So those 2 things, I think, kind of maybe spoke to this person a little bit. But that night, I got a notification that they had booked an appointment. And I knew they were in the state, because it was a state Facebook page for estheticians. And then she came in, and I asked her, how close were you? And she told me she was 3 hours away. So she drove 3 hours to come see me, because she obviously valued my expertise to that level where it was worth driving 3 hours. For me, that's a big deal. I mean, it would be hard for me to drive 3 hours to see someone, but I can think off the top of my head a couple estheticians that I follow on social media that if I was struggling with my skin, 100%, yeah, I would drive 3 hours. But it's only a few of them, because they speak with conviction. And so that made me feel really good, that I'm like, wow, that is the first time that I felt valued a lot, like, by my clients. And, I've helped a lot of people and stuff like that, and gotten good reviews and all that, but that was the first time that I've seen someone value me to that level. And it did give me a boost of confidence and motivation to express my value more and be more confident and convicted with what I offer. So yeah, that was an amazing moment for me. And all of this kind of goes back to, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And I've heard that a million times, and I've known it, and I have believed in myself, but it goes a little bit deeper than that, because a lot of people can believe in themselves, but they're not outwardly expressing it. They're not showing other people that they believe in their own value. So if you're not showing to people that are following you that you believe in your own value, that's something that you need to start doing if you want your value to increase. And I've said this before on one of my episodes, but in a similar way of like marketing yourself, when someone asks you, what do you do? Or if someone finds out you're an esthetician, they're like, or they ask you about your job, what do you do? You don't just say, oh, I'm an esthetician. Okay. A lot of people don't know what that means. You're not expressing value there. So what you would say is, I'm an esthetician. I own Elevated Beauty. I specialize in advanced skincare services like acne and age management, and I specialize in Brazilian waxes. So I'm using the word specialize, and that is showing them a value there. And I used to say, oh, I just do like facials and waxing and stuff. That's not showing you that I care about what I do or that I'm confident in what I do. I'm just like, hey, if you need a wax or whatever, skincare, that's what I do. That doesn't express that, I should have confidence and instill trust in you. You need to explain it to me in a way where, like, I'm going to believe in you. Be like, oh yeah, I'm an acne specialist, or I'm a waxing specialist. I don't know. I like the word specialist. There are other descriptive words that you can do. I don't know what they are, but however you want to describe yourself, just use some words that instill confidence, So I hope this episode gave you guys some motivation to express your own value and understand that if you do want to increase the value of your services, that you need to believe that they're worth it. And if you don't believe they're worth it, then make them worth it if you want to increase it. Otherwise, they're going to stay at a stagnant level and you're not going to grow. And growth isn't for everyone, Some people don't want to grow. Some people are happy with where they're at. But I feel like if you are if you're on the right path, if aesthetics is something that you're passionate about, you should want to grow and you should want to be the best version of yourself. So, not everyone wants to be a luxury skincare suite or whatever. Maybe some people just want to be more low-key. But if you're going to be low-key, be the best low-key there is, And I don't think there's any excuse not to price your services at a level where you're confident and that you can pay yourself really well. So, ask yourself if whatever your dream price is, what is your dream price for a facial? And then ask yourself if it's worth it. And if it's not, you need to formulate some ways on how you can make yourself believe that so that you can confidently express to others that it is. As always, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you next Monday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for another episode.